Mother Teresa's opening word for us this evening sounds like a contemporary take on Jesus' teaching in his Sermon on the Mount. She mentions a number of things that you and I can do, actions we can take, and attitudes we can embrace that may very well be misinterpreted. Be kind and successful, she says, and honest and frank. Find serenity and happiness, and do good. Take the risk of being misunderstood when you do these things, because the many times you may be taken seriously will be worth the risk of the occasional slight. Give the world the best you have, anyway and always. Tonight we celebrate All Saints, those faithful folks who don't necessarily have a day set aside in our liturgical calendar by which to remember them. Today we're not thinking so much about the apostles and martyrs, the pioneers of the spiritual life, or the doctors of the church. We're not thinking so much about the ones whose stories, both gruesome and silly, fill the history books. We're not remembering this evening so much the ones we have domesticated through Hallmark, plaster, and laminated holy cards. No, on this day, we are thinking about and we're remembering the folks who have sat beside us in the pew, or walked with us along the street or in the woods, or journeyed with us from one moment to another in this life, in the joys and sorrows of this life, people with their shortcomings as well as their strengths. But I wonder how real the saints are for us. Do our personal saints remind us of the Beatitudes of Jesus' teaching? Do our personal saints remind us of the actions and attitudes that Mother Teresa's words encourage us to embrace? Are we somehow reminded of the importance of taking risks to give the world the best we have anyway and always? Today we also celebrate the ingathering of our gifts, a proportion of the gifts of God for the people of God given back to God, and the pledges we make to support our common life of prayer and service. We celebrate our part of the history here at St. Albans, the history of the faithful folks who have gone before us, who have given to St. Albans of their time, talent, and treasure, and who have left a legacy of hope here, an enduring mission and ministry that goes out from this place. So the saints we remember this day are the faithful risk takers. They are the saints of God who can look back, or even realize at the time, that human experience, misunderstood or appreciated, is met by Christ and overcome and redeemed by Christ. Where the poor in spirit are blessed with the kingdom of heaven, and those who hunger and thirst for righteousness are blessed with being filled. And the pure in heart are blessed by seeing God, and the peacemakers are blessed by being called children of God. And the list goes on. The saints are the ones who have gone through life faithfully with God rather than around it. Thomas Merton once said, "A saint is a sign of God." A saint is a sign of God's power and blessing at work in and through a life given over to God. People who have shared their time, their talent, and their treasure. People who have risked giving the world the best they have. We remember all of them tonight, and we join them in their faithfulness. May their example inspire and encourage us all.